for today's drawing, we're going to draw a poinsettia flower. So for this one, I'm going to start off with my medium-sized marker. And what I'm going to do is go in the middle of my page here. I'm going to fill up a lot of my page today. I'm going to go in the middle of my page here, and I'm going to draw a circle, and I'm going to draw about 5 circles, different sizes, sort of bunched up there in the middle. So the next thing I want to do is begin to draw the leaves of my poinsettia. And what I'm going to do with these is generally they're going to start here and then they're going to kind of spread around the flower in layers. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start off with flower petals that are diagonal from each other. So I'm going to go in the upper left corner here where I've made my berries, the upper left corner, those circles in the middle. And what I'm going to do is just kind of draw a little leafy, flower petal-y sort of shape. Go about halfway. And do the same thing on the other side. Try to make them as close to the same shape on each side as possible. And what we'll do is go down here on the opposite side. Try to do the same thing as closely as we can. Again, they don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but just so that they look somewhat even is what I'm shooting for. And we're going to go around and we're going to do 4 of these for our first layer. So draw the next one in like so, just making them sort of soft flower petal shapes that come to a point. So what we're going to do from here is sort of twirl them around. So where we put these going out diagonal, see where they meet right here? We're going to put one here, 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 and here. And what we'll do is we'll kind of go around and fill those spaces in that we have. So it doesn't have to be a lot bigger or smaller necessarily than the ones we just did, but they need to go behind. So I'm going to start here, and I might draw a little bit less. It's up to you what you want to do. Draw that same sort of petal shape there as we did before, and go down here. Again, making sure that it looks like it's behind our initial petals. So it'll show just a little bit less. So where we see all this on this petal, we're missing that. We don't see this area right here. So I'll bring that out. And so what we're going to do is continue going around. Now we're at a point where we're going to need to cheat just a little. We can't go exactly in the placement of the spaces like we had before. So we'll have to nudge things here and there, but it's your flower, it's your poinsettia, so draw it however you like. So what I'm going to do is go here to my upper left. I'm going to draw some petals right here. I go around in the circle. Draw a petal right there. So they're not precisely in between like they were before, but they're close. They're filling that empty space there. Go in there, draw in between again, making them come out just a little bit more than the layer before it. And if they're lopsided like that one is, that's okay. Flowers in nature are not 100% symmetrical, and that's part of what makes them unique. They're not made by machines. So I'm going to end my layers of my poinsettia right there last thing I'm gonna do with the layering is I'm going to make 4 big leaves, and these would be the green parts of the flower. So we're gonna put one here, one here, one here, and one here. So I'm gonna do, I go in here, make one big leaf coming out there, and the same type of thing down here in the lower right corner. One big one that comes in, and go in the lower left. Same thing, come out to a point, curve back. These are almost similar, if not exactly the same type of shape as the petals that we did. So go up here, make one final one, and you know, I said I was going to use pretty much most of my paper, and I have right here. So from here, I'm going to grab my smallest marker, and what I'm going to do is start in with the leaves. The leaves in the back, I'm gonna make one line curve that goes up to that middle point, and then we're going to put little lines coming out from that middle, but they don't have to touch the edge, and they don't have to be equally spaced out. You see, these aren't the same distance. So this one, a little curved line, and then little curves that come out from there. And remember, curving them gives your leaves a little bit more depth. So same thing here, only these are kind of hidden, so I'm going to kind of go backwards here, start towards the end, and move it inward, and then put my lines out from there. So here, I'm coming out, jumping over the petal that's in the way, and then continuing it. So same thing with this one. I'm gonna, since it's got a lot more covering it, I'm gonna start over here and bring it in, and then pulling it here. Again, the more sweeping curves you get, the more depth your flower is going to look like it has. So that's our leaves. Now on the petals, we're going to go a lot more simple than that. We're just going to put one line right up the middle, and I'm kind of letting my pen skip on those because they're a lot softer than the leaves. Or at least I want them to look softer. So I'm letting my pen skip, kind of almost making dots. It's like if someone took some dots and streaked them across the page. Some of them are longer than others. Go through there and make sure I have some on every flower petal. I'm almost there. Alright, so that finishes up our poinsettia. What we'll do is sign your name to it, and that finishes it up. I hope I can see you next time for another drawing. Thanks for drawing with me today. You can subscribe to my newsletter to get more art fun. Just go to brianmaysart.com/newsletter, and I'd love to see what you drew. Share it on Facebook or Instagram, and be sure to tag Brian Mays Art so I can find it. See you next time.